Manipur logs 380 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 out of 2,358 test results and 13 deaths in 24 hours. Death toll stands at 447. Kangujam district declared as containment zone for 7 days in the wake of surging COVID-19 positive cases. All movement restricted except for essentials and medical emergency. Chief Minister Northaman Biren holds extensive discussion on tackling second wave of COVID-19 outbreak in Manipur. Chief Minister instructs to increase number of ICU and isolation beds. India reports highest single-day spike of above 4,12,000 new COVID-19 cases and 3,980 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate drops to 81.99%. And Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India K. Vijay Raghavan warns third wave of COVID-19 is inevitable and it may spread faster and wider. Hello and welcome to Impact News, watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm Kangujam Shellyra. To stay protected from coronavirus, wash your hands frequently, wear a mask properly and maintain a safe distance. Now the news in details. Manipur reported 380 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 out of 2,358 test results received today. All necessary medical precautionary measures like containment and contact tracing are in place. As per State Health Department and COVID-19 Command Control Room press release at 5 p.m. today, total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur has reached 33,733. 13 COVID patients died in the past 24 hours, rising the death toll to 447. The deceased persons are 5 from Imphal West, 4 from Imphal East, 2 from Bishnupur and 1 each from Churchampur and Kangujam district. Churchampur district has been declared containment zone for 7 days in the wake of surging COVID-19 positive cases. Restrictions have been imposed in areas under revenue jurisdiction of the district. The order issued by Churchampur DC Pawan Yadav IAS becomes effective immediately. Only essential and emergency movements are exempted from the restriction. Kangujam MLA Mayang Lambam Drameshwar has stated that Kangujam district may soon be declared as containment zone for 7 days in the wake of surge in COVID-19 confirmed cases. He was speaking on the sidelines of inspecting the condition of COVID care center with 8 isolation beds opened at Kangujam Higher Secondary School today. The MLA handed over 8 oxygen cylinders at the center. He also visited the community home isolation center opened at ITI Kangujam Panjau Palom. MLA Rameshwar disclosed that a meeting of the COVID Awareness and COVID Enforcement Committee was held recently, where they discussed about declaring Kangujam district as COVID containment zone by May 8. Kangujam DC D. Gangmai, CMO Kangujam Thaudem Rajan, District Immunization Officer Habun Sujit Kumar and District Surveillance Officer Dr. E. Kiran accompanied the MLA.
Prajada Darkar or Matam Karapiraga, Yumda, Sinanaba Dakar Tava, Chanaba Tanaba, Zanapi, Sinabagi Matam Karapiraga, no Maninisida, entire Kangujam area, see containment zone in a Lakuna Bagia going a sea, Kamitina Canary, Aduga Yaribomakai, Akoi, Me Manunga Sida, High Live, Akanbo Webasi, Tenabang and Namava, Punama, or Wanaminasi, have home courtesy had.
Speaking to Impact News on the sidelines of opening of the COVID care center with 8 isolation beds, Kangujam CMO Dr. T.H. Rajan said that altogether 1,096 people of the district have tested positive for COVID since the beginning of the pandemic. There are 175 active cases at present, out of which 12 patients are in serious condition and kept in ICU, while the remaining 163 are under home isolation. He added that 16 people have already succumbed to COVID-19 in the district so far. Over and above the COVID care center, there are 4 community home isolation centers in Kangujam district. District Surveillance Officer Dr. E. Kiran said there are not sufficient doctors and nurses in the district, but nevertheless they are trying their best to battle the pandemic. Dr. Kiran expressed concern about possible shortage of manpower with the rising number of COVID patients and urged the relevant authority to depute necessary health staff in the district at the earliest.
Akoina COVID care center duga apagi isolation ward sida makata na patient gi load system hinga la ta raga di hojik la even manpower na manage to boda apagi kanona district health care side da awa ma mai na ni masi jima adu da khoi hojik wali je maro na doctor ga nurse ji asigi makin machine wat the adu bo pandemic na akhoi lai ba doctor jing apagi health care workers me am ji jam na dedicated tong na apagi jam kan na khojik makin de konari adu khoni hare ga job lai ba pandemic situation ni jam na dusla
Chief Minister Nongthaman Biren has chaired another round of review meeting on tackling COVID-19 pandemic in the state. The meeting of Manipur State COVID-19 Consultative Committee was held at Chief Minister's bungalow today. And Biren held extensive discussion with relevant ministers, MLAs and officials to effectively tackle second wave of COVID-19 pandemic in Manipur by ensuring proper care of COVID patients, adequate oxygen supply, effective manpower management and increase in ICU beds, isolation beds, ventilators, etc. The Chief Minister instructed the relevant officials to increase the number of ICU and isolation beds by up to 5,000 and also to deploy MBBS pass out from RIMS and JENIMS on routine basis at COVID care centers or COVID wards. Cabinet ministers, Principal Secretary, Health Director and other relevant top government officials took part in the meeting. Chief Minister Nongthaman Biren has declared that Manipur government recognizes the work that working journalists perform to collect and disseminate news. In his Facebook post, the Chief Minister said that the risks journalists put into their personal safety during the COVID-19 pandemic is no less than other frontline workers. Hence, in recognition of all accredited working journalists at frontline COVID warriors, the state government will now vaccinate all the journalists on top priority. The Chief Minister further urged media persons to stay safe and continue to serve the people with the same vigor as always. It may be mentioned that members of all Manipur Working Journalists Union and Editors Guild Manipur have been urging the state government to consider journalists as frontline workers as they are not recognized as COVID-19 frontline workers as per the Annex 2 of the COVID-19 vaccination registration form. COVID-19 active cases and deaths continue to rise in the state, but people still continue flouting COVID-19 containment restrictions imposed in Greater Imphal. Police nabbed many violators and issued challans at various places of the Imphal city. Pharmacies and oil pumps remain open. Police has sought for public cooperation in curbing further spread of coronavirus pandemic in the state. Coordinating body CRI has demanded probe into the recent cremation of a covered deceased without his family's consent. Press release from the association demands the relevant authorities to award befitting punishment to the inefficient staff of JENIMS responsible for the incident. BJP Kishan Morcha National Secretary KH Jibont has launched week-long COVID awareness campaign at Ngaikong Kuno in Oinam Assembly constituency. The campaign is being organized by COVID-19 Task Force under the aegis of the Oinam Kendra Development Organization to raise awareness on COVID safety guidelines and how to protect oneself from a COVID infection. Three community home isolation centers will be opened at various places of Kundrakpam Assembly constituency. The decision was taken in today's meeting of Kundrakpam Assembly Segment COVID Awareness Enforcement Committee, chaired by local MLA T.S. Lokeshwar at his office in Babupara. Centers will be opened at R.K. Sanatombi Vidyalaya in Hautal, Kanan Devi Memorial School in Pongai, and Naurem Birsari College in Kundrakpam. Sagolmang Police OC representatives of CMO, Imphal East, SDO Sawongbong and SDC Sagolmang took part in the meeting. Members of local club under the initiative of Moirang MLA P. Sarachandra donated relief items COVID-19 affected families. Relief items were distributed to surviving family members of 3 COVID deceased and families residing in containment zone at Kwokta Sandong of Moirang Assembly constituency today. Intending candidate of the Kera Assembly constituency, Tuism Debant, donated relief items to various households of the constituency today. For the first phase, the relief items were distributed to families under containment zone at Kiamgai, Khoirom Lekai and Langdum. Youth Club Brahmapur, YCB, Bamon Lekai organized an awareness program on COVID-19 guidelines in areas under its jurisdiction today. Club volunteers enlightened the locals on various precautionary measures to ward off COVID-19. Members of Lamlai Mapari Thawal Lupt carried out poster campaign to raise awareness against sale of commodities at higher rates that gave by the government. Association members have also thanked Chief Minister N. Biren for opening 7 community home isolation centers in Lamlai constituency. Vice Chairman of Manipur Food Industries Corporation Limited, K. Sarat Kumar, has appealed for public cooperation in battling COVID-19 pandemic. Video released from the Vice Chairman stressed that efforts by the government alone will not be sufficient to fight the ongoing dreaded pandemic. He also encouraged people to get themselves vaccinated against COVID-19.
राज्य सिंह नुसिजरब प्रजा मियामना असिगंबा कोविड-19 असिबु लांथेंगना विदमक्ता इसा इसाना अमुक हेना सरकारना पाखलैबा थबक थौरमसिं कयासिदा मतेंग पांगसिनदुना खोई इरमदम असिबु इरमदमस्ते लैबा प्रजा सिंह असिबु कन्ना बहोनबदा खोई पुनमकी तौदबा यादबा थौदांग हेना खनबिदुना मसिदा तेंगबांग बियु हाइदुना हन्ना मयामग मफमदा नलुकचरी राज्य सिंह
Members of All Manipur Student Union AMSU have destroyed tobacco products worth around 6 lakhs rupees. The items were set ablaze along Caesar Hospital route today. Speaking on the sidelines, AMSU Imphal West District Committee President Malangba Lukram said AMSU members recovered the illegal consignment of tobacco products from a white car during their anti-drug drive carried out from 5:30 a.m. till 6 a.m. today. He added that owner of the illegal consignment of tobacco product is one non-local named Neeraj from Thangal Bazaar. Expressing disappointment at the import of tobacco products instead of daily essential amid the tough times of coronavirus pandemic, he urged the relevant authorities to look into the matter.
COVID-19 की second wave na kamtheng na wa piro matang sida nong da chang da ba dro polam sing kusalak gi mahutta chang da mang tang nya ro ban nisagi polam sing nong makang da impan da kusalak le haiba gi akak na ko ma phang da gi M2 Imphal West District Committee gi thomi sing ngasi yuk chawrang na pung 5 makhai da gi tau lom ta ba swai da Imphal uri pok lambi da ka ango ba masiwo ma da gi hai ba mang da uri ban nisagi polam sing si hada tang ma ne matang asida emsuna hangjaning le wafam di government gi side gi su hai hidak mana gi problem sing asi athing ma thamduna lagli adu matau kramna athing ba mata yaudana imphal jong na problem no haiba asini maram aduna mari leina singna hai hiram si yangsan bina ning sing jari loina phari ba nisagi problem sing asi lupa lakh manga taruki oigani haina khanjai phar mis problem sing asi gi mapuna thamkan bazar da leiba niras kawan nan manipuri madagina.
All Jiribam BDF Welfare Association has extended financial aid of 1 lakh rupees each to surviving families of led BDFs Somiron Dast and Paunam Premananda of Jiribam district. Association members handed over the financial help under the supervision of Jiribam SP. Ethno Heritage Council Herikond has indefinitely postponed the 11th state-level Kangminasi Quiz Competition 2021, earlier scheduled on May 9th on its foundation day owing to COVID-19 pandemic. Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on coronavirus update in India and the world. Keep watching Impact News.
You are watching Impact TV, engaging, empowering and impacting lives.
Welcome back. After the break, watching Primetime English Bulletin. India has reported single highest ever spike of 4,12,262 new COVID-19 confirmed cases in the past 24 hours. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, India's COVID tally has reached 2,10,77,410 and there are 35,66,398 active cases. Death toll stands at 2,30,168 with the addition of 3,980 new COVID-19 fatalities. On the positive note, 3,29,113 people were discharged in the past 24 hours, rising the total recovered cases to 1,72,80,844. India's recovery rate stands at 81.99%. Maharashtra has the highest active cases of above 6,43,000 in the country. Globally, coronavirus has infected above 15,59,44,000 people. Above 32,58,400 people have died, and recoveries are 13,34,07,600. USA has the highest active cases of above 66,92,000 in the world, followed by India and Brazil. Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, K. Vijay Raghavan, has warned that third wave of COVID-19 is inevitable given the amount of virus circulation at present. He also stressed on the need to update the COVID-19 vaccine to deal with the new strains and mutations. He added that there is no clear timeline on when this third phase will occur. Speaking to media on Wednesday, he said that India should be prepared for new waves and COVID-19 appropriate behavior, and vaccine upgrades is the only way forward. Professor Vijay Raghavan pointed out that while the nature of the virus was to mutate, the basic precautions against it to break the transmission did not change. He assured that the scientific community is working at mapping the possible changes that can occur in the virus to ensure that our preparedness and response remains robust. The warning comes alongside the Health Ministry indicating that District Bangalore, Chennai, Kozhikode, Ernakulam, Thrissur and Malappuram, Kerala, Gurugram, Haryana and Patna are among the areas now registering an increasing trend of the virus for the past 2 weeks. General Secretary of Bharatiya Kisan Sangha, Manipur Prantalem Dara, has demanded to appoint an experienced person who have technical know-how as the head of the Agriculture Department. Stating that country aims to double farmers' income by 2022, he said those in agriculture sector should have technical knowledge as per ICR's recommendation. He appealed to the government to appoint only some with field experience, technical knowledge and subject expert as heads of the agriculture sector.
Agriculture Department की Caroline the Lapo Minatabana, Masi head where Ganda, Louising is Hamisazing the Mapana, Ubunga with the Botamani, Ubibum Tree, Aduna, Lady Systems in Masi, Shankan of Bonabada, technical knowledge Yaudaba, Nimabu, director winner, Legadi, High Versi, Chiptobunamo, had a center high Verse, Masi, whenever she and the Munna Kandabiraga, amicable solution, I am immediately, Ubiragadi, Masiga Iruina, Lady Systems, Masi, when a Tabuina, Pangtuan, Hagutargadi, Sigi, technical exposure, now, hit with Isma, young mandatory weather, Masiam Durga, where I didn't.
Many fertilizers bags which are supposed to be ferried till Imphal are being piled out at Jiribam railway station due to shortage of trucks. Impact News came across the same at the railway station in Jiribam's Babupara today. Some fertilizers bags were covered by tarpaulin, but those uncovered are being exposed to rain, which may spoil them. Speaking to Impact News, one caretaker said around 58,000 fertilizers bags were brought to Jiribam, out of which 27,000 fertilizers bags have been already ferried to Imphal. He said 10 trucks left with the fertilizer bags for the Imphal today. Hairok MLA Dr. Thoksam Radisham has termed the post-poll violence in West Bengal as a shame. He said that there is no place for violence in democracy. He was speaking on the sidelines of a sit-in stage at Hairok Part 2, Thoksam Laikai, organized by BJP Hairok Mandal today. The protest meeting was held against the post-poll violence in West Bengal. MLA Radisham accused Trinamool Congress workers of denting India's democracy.
Mamata Didina Luchingba, All India Trinamool Congress. Makona vote, Haido Kara Matunda, a free BJP worker. Some voter for Yauna. Bigly Wahang Sing, Nupiang Sing Yauna, Hello Rebecca, Pool Saydana, Punchikama, Mangio Mikama, Hativa, Obvious May Tarapa, Asawa, Insata. Mayota, a Bharat versus Insa Pamdava, Ahimsa Pamdava, Ahimsa Tazava, Adu Maleva Amanina, a Kasim, putting the Pungan Kong Leona, BJP, a Bharatira, Insa, Yade, Sigumba, Insatova, Sigumba, Levagasi, Siguma Sakara, Siguma political parties, Masia boycott the way, condemn the way.
A team of Churchampu District Police has arrested a man with 1.335 kg of suspected heroin number 4 powder. Police sources said arrested man is Tankomang Lungdin, son of Tangkoyin from Jopi village in Chandal district. He was arrested by the police team led by Churchampur Police Station OC and Tangzungwang near Rengkai village in Churchampur district. The miscreant concealed the contraband drug in the water cooler machine of the Tata Sumo bearing registration number MN07D0263 he was driving. Churchampur Police Station has registered a case against him. Now the sports news. Six-time world champion and Olympic bronze medalist boxer MC Mary Kom, along with two other Olympic-bound pugilists Simranjit Kaur 60 kg and Lovelina Borhanhan 69 kg have been named in the elite women's national camp that will start soon. A total of 10 women boxers will resume training at the Army Sport Institute in Pune following a decision to shift the camp from Patiala to a more secure environment considering the raging COVID-19 pandemic. The camp will continue till July 31, after which the Olympic-bound boxer will leave for Tokyo. Chairman of Manipur State Kabaddi Association Technical Committee, El Ingocha, from Moirang Santok, succumbed to COVID-19 on May 4. Manipur State Kabaddi Association condoled his untimely demise and shared the griefs of the bereaved family. All arrangements are set for the semi-final matches of Mutia Madrid Women's Open Tennis Tournament. World-famed women tennis players are competing in the ongoing tournament hosted by Spain at its Madrid Arena outdoor clay court. In the first quarter-final match of the tournament, Spanish tennis player Badosa Gilbert defeated Switzerland's V. Bensic 6-4-7-5. In the second quarter-finals, Australia's A. Barty defeated Case Republic P. Kvitova 6-1, 3-6, 6-3. In the third quarter-final match, Sabalenka of Belarus was declared winner after her opponent Mertens of Belgium sustained injuries in the second set of the match, and in the fourth quarter-final match, Russia's Pavlyuchenkova defeated Czech Republic Muchova 7-6, 7-4, 7-6, 7-2 to enter the semi-finals. In the first semi-final match of the tournament tomorrow, Australia's Barty will face Spain's Bartosa Gilbert, and in the second semi-final match, Sabalenka of Belarus will meet Pavlyuchenkova of Russia. Third round of Madrid Men's Open Tennis Tournament will be played starting tomorrow. World-famed tennis players are competing in the ongoing tournament, hosted by Spain at its outdoor clay court in Madrid Arena. In men's singles second round, Spain's Rafael Nadal dropped Spain's C. Alcaraz 6-1 and 6-2. Australia's Popyrin beat Italy's J. Sinner 7-6, 7-5 and 6-2. United Kingdom's D. Evans defeated Australia's Z. Milman 6-7, 5-7, 6-2 and 6-3. Norway's C. Ruth dropped Japan's Y. Nishioka 6-1 and 6-2, and J. Isner of the USA beat Spain's R. Bautista 6-4, 6-7, 4-7 and 7-6, 8-6. HCC Past of the Greece defeated B. Perry of France 6-1 and 6-2 to enter the third round of the tournament. Third round matches of the tennis tournament will be played tomorrow. India's Gokulam FC Kerala will participate in the AFC Women's Cup Championship Pilot Tournament to be held under the aegis of the Asian Football Confederation. 8 top teams of various Asian countries will compete in the tournament from October 30 till November 14. Chinese Taipei, Myanmar, Thailand and Vietnam are in Group A East, while India, Iran, Jordan and Uzbekistan in Group B West. Top 2 teams each from the 2 groups will be selected for the second round of the championship. Venue of the pilot tournament is yet to be decided. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Manipur logs 380 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 out of 2,358 test results and 13 deaths in 24 hours. Death toll stands at 447. Churchandpur district declared as containment zone for 7 days in the wake of surging COVID-19 positive cases. All movement restricted except for essentials and medical emergency. Chief Minister Nonthaman Biren holds extensive discussion on tackling second wave of COVID-19 outbreak in Manipur. Chief Minister instructs to increase number of ICU and isolation beds. India reports highest single-day spike of above 412,000 new COVID-19 cases and 3,980 deaths in 24 hours. Recovery rate drops to 81.99%. And Principal Scientific Advisor to Government of India K. Vijay Raghavan warns third wave of COVID-19 is inevitable and it may spread faster and wider. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipur Bulletin. For more news, you can follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Have a great evening and stay safe.
Awaba Fongdok Java, Haukiba May Mangada Akupum Namaka Matam Queen Badminton